Happy Monday to you. Here we are with our usual check-in, Monday check-in for our mindful motivation for mindset mastery. So I've got a few pop-ups there happening on my screen there. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and that you're really feeling into the powerful energies that we are in. Well, we're always in powerful energies. But for these sessions, if you've been here before with me, you know I like to just sort of riff on what's happening with the cycles of the moon, and then we're going to draw some cards to help us navigate and make our best choices as we get into this idea of mindset mastery. That's how come I like to check in with the moon guidance, because that is about us. The moon reflects the deepest aspect of you. So, all that being said, this week we are going to be influenced by the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Aquarius, which will be here on the 12th, which I believe is Friday. But it's really a nice thing to just be aware of what these energies are, because we do get influenced before they actually arrive, but also it's a really good thing to just be aware of what is the vibe, because it kind of makes sense to us sometimes, right? I don't know about you, but sometimes if I have a certain experience or certain things come up for me, and then I find out, oh, it's because there was a full moon or a new moon or and that then when we know what the sign is that it's in, that helps kind of decipher it a wee bit more. So all that being said, last quarter phases of the moon are about letting go. And with it being in the sign of Aquarius, it's about self-reflection, about checking in. Are you actually aligning with and walking to the beat of your own drum? There's also an energy of this about kindheartedness, warmth, but globally, like there you may start feeling like you want to help other people and get involved in some kind of humanitarian type of activities. So there's that. So this phase is about self-growth, about independence, about walking to the beat of your own drum, about following your inner guidance, listening to your intuition. What pieces are pieces, I say, but also relationships are maybe in the way of that? Is this time to let go of preconceived ideas, or let go of situations, or relationships even? Or feeling like, you know how sometimes we can get into, we are involved in something in a group or something like that, but then we start feeling like, well, this isn't really in alignment with what's right for me. So all that being said, and I'm talking about the letting go. So I'm going to shuffle my letting go guidance cards, because this will be a really powerful piece too, to see what can I and what can we, direct our attention to, pay attention to a little bit more. So let's see, what can we focus on letting go, because this is a powerful inspiration. It's a powerful time for just really looking at what to let go. But of course, it's very personal too, because if there's things that come up that you need to pay attention to, then maybe you could use the energies of this last quarter moon. But, well, so the card that's come up for us is obsessing how you look. So that could actually relate to, how we can be in a part of a group, and these other members want us to look a certain way. I'm thinking of women's fashion and things of that nature. So do you get too caught up by thinking that you are being judged based upon what you think other people think? That's a really important thing, because sometimes when we do our self-reflection, or we start tapping into what's going on with us, it's actually a made-up story. So is there pieces of that going on for you? So see if that comes up. And as always, when I say anything on these sessions, that triggers you, or you need some more guidance or information, you can put it in the comments below or message me directly. So just try that one on for size. Where do you get caught up in, oh, I have to look a certain way, or I can't look a certain way? So just checking in with that. Because remember, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. If we get too caught up in how is our physical experience going, we may sometimes ignore or not get into the richness of that spiritual aspect. I trust that makes sense. So take a nice deep breath. I'm going to let that go. And I'm just shuffling my tarot cards here. I like to pull a tarot card and then 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards, and then we wrap up the session with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. So beautiful. This is actually a very Aquarius type energy. It's the Star. So I was saying that Aquarius is kind of walks to the beat of your own drum. Also realizing that you are the star of your own creation. But also, Aquarius is an air sign, and the star has a lot of water. So it's like blending the awareness of how are you feeling. In fact, that would be a really important question to ask yourself as you navigate these energies this week is, how do I feel about myself here? If you watched these videos before, you know that's one of my favorite questions to ask. How do I feel about myself here? Well, if I'm in a place where I feel a wee bit nervous, or I feel anxious, or I feel like there's little hairs going up in the back of my neck kind of thing, that's my own inner guidance saying this isn't a good place for you. Whereas if I feel in an environment that I feel relaxed and calm and seen, then that's a good place. So how do I feel about myself will actually really help you, and this is what I'm really suggesting that you use this week and beyond actually. It's such a powerful way to tap into the important pieces of your own inner guidance, which can show up with your feelings. Now, also being aware that sometimes our feelings, we can have hundreds of thoughts to justify or explain or deny or pretend about the feeling. Whereas if we can just sort of park that thinking and say, okay, I'm just going to feel the feeling and see what's the intel that's here. That's such a powerful piece about mindset mastery, is that adopting a mindset of I'm going to feel my feelings, acknowledge them, and allow them to guide me or to help me make choices and choose different places, but always allowing yourself to really be in the flow of that. That's kind of the energy we're all moving towards too. And we're in it actually. So I was just shuffling the Healing with the Angel card. Let's see what 3 comes up. And this is beautiful. There's always beautiful cards that come up. So the first one is support. Sometimes when we get caught up in too much of the mundane and the have-tos and the physical things that we do, we forget, and I said this already, we are spiritual beings. And as spiritual beings, we have such huge support. Good morning, Sheena. Lovely to have you here. So we have this support always around us. So when you're making your choices and your reflections, maybe you need to let go of the propensity to think too much about what you have to do, as opposed to can you create a wee bit more flow, and in creating more flow, you actually get your ideas. See, sometimes the support, like it's a guardian angel or spirits or souls around you, helping you, giving you inspiration and ideas. So we only get them when we quieten the mind and we let go of things like the obsessing how I look kind of thing, right? So that's what we want to let go of. And can we focus on being surrounded by blessings? Truth is, we all are. We always are. But sometimes we also need a wee bit of a reminder to just go and say, what am I grateful for? What can I appreciate right here? You know, in that question I was just suggesting that we use this week, how do I feel about myself here? We could also look at, what do I appreciate right here? What am I grateful for? What and as soon as I said that, I thought sometimes people will say, oh, there's nothing to be grateful for. Well, truth is, there always is, but sometimes we just need to have some patience. We need to allow ourselves to feel into it. So what are you grateful for? What are you appreciative of? And allow that to then maybe let go of the things that we don't prefer. So, good stuff this week. So before I send you off onto your way into this beautiful week ahead, let's see what Liberate. This is my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. And, oh, the card that's come up, this is perfect too, is I am responsible. So it says, I can no longer hide behind justifications that I am not good enough or that I do not know what my truth is. I do know. I am a beautiful beacon of light, and I am responsible to and for that. I couldn't have chosen a better card to accompany that energy that I've just been talking about the last quarter phase of the moon in Aquarius. So really breathe into that and really use these prompts and these ideas for your own inner reflection. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. And like I said, if you need any support or ideas on any of the stuff that I've shared with you, then put it in the comments below or message me directly. Have a fabulous week, and I'll be back here again with you next week. Much love to you.